Ready? I'm nervous. 1, 2, 3.
How long has it been since we've been here?
Like a month.
A month.
It feels like how it felt after our season break. It almost feels like how like our first episode ever. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to look at the camera.
Okay,
like,
wait. You know our first episode ever, visual was like exactly a year ago, right?
It's only been a year.
Yeah, it's been a year.
A visual.
Yeah, someone reposted. Oh my god, it might be today.
Wait, I saw something on your story.
Yeah.
Yes. And that was a year thing?
Maybe like a couple days ago.
Wow.
Well, it was our first. Remember we did
what was our first
what
visual?
was the episode? Hookups. Hookup culture.
Oh my god.
One night stands.
Holy shit. Happy birthday, everybody, on visual.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Happy anniversary.
That's a lot has changed.
We're
in our garage. We record in our garage now. That's how much has changed. But yes, it's been a big holiday break, and
this feels weird. Like, I don't know if am I doing
saying,
this right?
I don't want to look at the camera. Like, I feel like I'm like avoiding eye contact. It feels good to get back into it, though. We've been really excited to get back into it. We hope you guys had an amazing holiday break. We have some holiday updates, but I don't want to get into holiday shit too much because honestly, I'm just glad it's fucking over.
it.
I'm over it.
So over it.
Like, take down your Christmas tree. Stop telling me Happy New Year.
Okay.
It's done.
I think Happy New Year should probably last. I could have swore I turned off my.
Oh, you're good.
Saying Happy New Year, give it like, I say up until like the 4th.
The 1st.
You think?
That's New Year's Day, and that's
Okay.
when you say. Do you say Merry Christmas after Christmas?
No, but you are in the new year, and hear me out. Like, when you go back to work on Monday, you say Happy New Year. Like, that's
Okay.
usually like a couple
right.
days after.
Okay, so we'll give it to the Monday after. It depends what day of the week it falls on.
Right.
If New Year's Day falls on a Monday, shut up after Monday. Like,
Okay.
okay.
Your first day back, your first day back of work, say Happy New Year, and then drop it after that.
That's fine. That's like courtesy, whatever. I won't do it though. I just like that time of the year, the second it starts, I'd say like right after Thanksgiving, because I love Thanksgiving, but like Black Friday, I'm like, fuck, okay, it's the holidays. From then to New Year's Day, I'm just like freaking drawing tallies in my headboard, waiting, like, counting down for it to be done.
And then hear me out. After New Year's, it's automatically summer.
Oh, immediately. I was
immediately summer.
ready for summer. And then Alex and I were actually talking about this morning. And we realized, like, it's not even a month of winter yet.
No.
Like, we're not even halfway through winter.
We're in the thick of winter.
Whatever.
And it's not even, like, especially living in LA, it's kind of you're a little bit more used to this. But
yeah.
there is no real spring. I think once it starts to get hot, it's just hot.
It's just, like, full blast, like, heat waves. And
Yep.
the fruit carts are out. Honestly,
I can't wait.
There was a fruit cart out the other day.
I bet. I mean, it was 80 yesterday.
It was literally 78 degrees. I wore shorts and a short sleeve.
And then I have a friend in New York, and she posted on her story that it was 5 degrees. And I was like, wow, this is 1 year from now, we're going to,
I don't think we're ready.
No.
Like, I think we're like, New York. Like, we're gonna freak out.
It's going to be a huge, drastic change that we're going to have to adjust our actual physical bodies to.
Right.
Like, think about how,
like
first
how
of all,
polar bears get used to the cold. Like, we're gonna evolve.
And sure. And think about how cold I get
Yeah, you do
all
get cold.
year long.
Yeah.
It's going to be a huge adjustment.
No, yeah, you're fucked.
Big time.
You really thrive off sunlight too. Like, we'll have to
Yeah.
get you one of those vitamin D lamps and put it in your
Actually.
room. I'm gonna have to like sit. You're like passed out. I'm like scanning your body up and down with it, trying to get you back.
You know why I think I'm going to be okay is because they still have hot summers.
Very.
So it's like, I'm still going to get that.
Yeah.
It's going to be a short amount of time.
I think it's sure we're gonna be shocked, but we're gonna fucking adapt.
Yeah,
Humans
it's
adapt.
weather.
Like, it literally, we're fine.
Might be depressed for the first 8 months of moving there.
Well, we're moving there in summer,
right.
so we're good.
Ooh.
We're moving like
Thick of summer.
hot. It's gonna be hot. Like, we're gonna be sweaty on moving day. Yes. I can't wait. Oh, I'm so excited. But other than that, like, I feel like there's not much more to adjust to. Like,
No.
I'm just excited to get seasons because like we're both California born and raised, and get seasons here barely.
Our friend Bree, you guys met Bree. She lives in San Francisco, and I stayed with her a couple nights over the holidays. And just like walking around the city environment, because here in LA, like I wouldn't even call this city.
No.
There's like, I mean, if you're downtown, yes,
Yeah.
but there's a majority of LA is not city. It's like very just like business, and then there's like Sunset where it's like bars and restaurants and shit. But like,
I feel like city to us is that grid map layout.
Yep.
San Francisco, New York.
7 miles by 7 miles square. Yeah. So I was walking around San Francisco, and I was like
Metropolitan.
Metropolitan.
Okay, sorry.
There you go.
Yeah. I knew there was a fucking word for it.
Right. And which, okay, downtown LA is very metropolitan,
Yes.
but the rest of it is not. So I was walking around San Francisco, and I just felt like my heart was so happy. And I remember turning to Brie and saying, like, I hope New York gives me this feeling. She's like, it will. It's literally just like city. It's different. Like the culture's different,
Sure.
whatever. But
Visually,
and just like I love walking everywhere. I love being able to, I mean, we're not gonna have cars, so we're quite literally gonna have to, but I'm excited. I think it will give me the feeling that San Francisco gives me.
I think it will too, because it gives it to me, and I feel like we have
Yeah.
similar threshold with that type of stuff.
Right. Standards.
I'm pretty.
It's so weird seeing your nails like that.
Oh yeah, if you're on visual, you could see I have short black nails. That's weird. I want to give my nails a break. I've had like the long gel X for so long, and my nail lady's always like, you need to take a break. They're gonna die. They're strong though. Like feel.
Yeah.
They're like totally fine.
Cute. Is it just solid black? You just went black with
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Fun. But yes, so we went home for Christmas. I stayed in a hotel like the whole time, and I had all like intention to stay up through the new year because Alex stayed. Leanna stayed as well.
Wait, we haven't even told Monday people yet. We didn't go to New York.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let's rewind.
Reverse. Last time we talked to you guys, we told you we're going to New York for
New Year's. We said we obviously canceled our Europe trip. Traveling internationally was just not a good idea at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then that week that we had changed our trip to go to New York for New Year's, shit just kept popping off with
New York was bad.
New York was so bad with
Yeah.
COVID. So we canceled that, and we just made it a trip home to the Bay Area for the holidays.
Yes.
We didn't want to do crazy traveling, and it was just like a good opportunity just to be with family.
Of course.
For Christmas and New Year's. But yeah, you got a hotel because you had Link with you.
Yes. So I stayed at a hotel, which was nice because if you watch my Vlogmas, I also expressed this too. Being home for the holidays is weird. Holidays is weird for me. Just don't like it. So I figured having a hotel would kind of give me a home away from home, my space that I can go back to. I don't feel like I'm intruding, staying at anybody's house.
Did
whatever.
you like it? Did you feel like you like it?
I did.
It hit that?
Yeah, I feel like I'll definitely do that from now on. It was also nice to be in the city.
Yeah.
And then we live in the East Bay, and I was driving like 30 minutes over the bridge, whatever, like might not be as convenient, but it was still nice that I was like completely living the visual of my hometown.
Yeah.
When I was done with the celebration of Christmas or whatever. But yeah, I was going to stay through New Year's too, but then the 26th got a little tickle in my throat, and I was like, fuck, probably COVID. I'm gonna go home. I'm just gonna check out of my hotel. I was already gonna check out anyway, and I was gonna go stay with Alex for the remainder of the trip, but I was like, I don't want to get her family sick. I'm gonna check out, drive home while I still feel like okay. Like it was just a tickle, but I feel like nowadays if you have a tickle, like you gotta pause all operation. And I picked up Bash, I got Link, and came back to LA, and then I was alone for a few days and ended up getting COVID. I was okay though. It was luckily a very mild case. I'm fully vaxxed and everything, so it was nice to not like panic. I feel like the first time around when I got COVID, like in 2020, I was like, oh my, like every moment I was just waiting to like fall to the floor and like pass out. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. But I have a question about, and I know nobody likes to talk about COVID, but like I just have a question if anybody else has this. My stomach's been really fucked up.
Wrecked.
Like not just my normal tummy ache that I talk about, acid reflux, IBS. No, like really bad. And I don't know what to do today. It's actually been kind of nice, but to be completely honest, I haven't eaten a lot today because my appetite's really low. And every time I eat, it hurts. So I'm kind of like turned off by eating at the moment. That sounds really bad, but like, you have
no
get
appetite.
It. Exactly. Yeah. Like when you have a shitty stomach. So it kind of feels okay right now, but I think it's because it's not digesting anything.
Oh.
I was Googling shit, which I shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
Absolutely shouldn't
never.
have done that.
WebMD, my ass.
No, I don't know why I did that. But I did see that it is not hella common, but like relatively common that people are experiencing this. So
I think it's a big symptom of at least Omicron. Omicron.
That's for sure what I had.
Yeah, I think it's a big like it's a stomach bug, like diarrhea.
Oh yeah,
throwing up.
Didn't do that, thank God. But
yeah, throwing up makes me cry.
It used to for me, but
I'm a
now
big crier.
I don't. I mean, I definitely am not laughing. Like I'm not like
telling jokes.
Stand up. Podcasting. But yeah, let me know if you guys have that too. I think I'm gonna start like the FODMAP diet, not because of this, honestly. I mean, our last episode, I said that my New Year's resolution is to heal my gut, so that's something I want to do regardless. But now I'm like, I really need to heal my gut. So I just want to bring that up so we could talk in the comments. Let me know if you're experiencing that too. So yeah, I was alone for like after New Year's and stuff, and I didn't mind it, but this New Year's just felt so different. Like I've never had a New Year's home, which is fine. Like I'm not like upset about that, but even the next day, like usually there's that magic in the air and that newfound motivation and that like happy feeling, new year, new me.
I think a lot of it had to do with I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that we were up in the Bay.
Yes.
Like you didn't have us like celebratory and then like, ooh, new week.
I for sure like definitely will always remember this New Year's being like shitty and alone for the most part, but like I'm like even now, like even it being the first week or so of the new year, I don't have this motivation. I'm not like woo, like dive in, whatever. I don't feel different, and I always feel different.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my friend Rafi about it, and she was like, oh yeah, I feel that too. I think a lot of people do, because like COVID honestly is just like
it's changed our like the world is a scary bad place right now.
Right. Like COVID is our calendar.
Yep.
We go off where we're at on the COVID.
2 years in.
Yeah. Rather than like
just life is moving forward.
Yeah. So
it's devastating.
But she made a point that I want to share with you guys that like kind of helped me. She was like, everybody hits the ground running on New Year's. Like take that time to recharge and get ready.
Yeah.
Like with a grain of salt, obviously you still like, I feel like if you tell people that, they'll run with it and be like, oh, I'm kicking back for 3 months because I'm getting ready for summer. Like that's not what I mean. But like when she said that, I was like, wow, I don't feel as guilty, because usually everybody's like in the gym, like gym membership numbers right now are probably through the roof, like amazing. Everybody's like motivated, I'm assuming. And I'm just like not. So when she said that she doesn't hit the ground running like that and she kind of just lets it come to her, I was like, all right, I feel a little bit better.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. In my head over the holidays, I was like, okay, this first week back, I have a few work projects that I like need to get done.
Right.
And I haven't done them yet. And I'm like, you said you would do them last week.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. I'm slow moving, getting back to reality.
Yes. Hearing that from you makes me feel even more comfortable, because you usually don't like struggle with the motivation.
I don't procrastinate like this.
Never.
And I have been. And I think a lot of it for me has to do with the fact that I was off work for 2.5 weeks.
Momentum. It's straight
momentum.
up momentum.
Yeah. So I'm kind of getting back into like, I mean, what's today? Wednesday. And I just finished one project of the week, when it's like my work schedule isn't usually like that.
Right.
And so I'm like, I can tell I'm slowly getting back into my routine, but it's so foreign to me to like not be like on it. Work.
Don't beat yourself up too much though.
Right.
I hope that this conversation helps you not do that and everything.
Right. And it's like we have a full year to get back that momentum.
Yeah.
Or whatever, like whatever amount of time you want to say. But
I get you. I feel that too. I think like even like the brands I work with and like my team, they're all still just getting back from the holiday. Mm-hmm. So you're like, you can't really hit the ground running when everybody around you hasn't done it yet either.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like ending on that point, it's just, I also was telling myself, we have a few months left in this lifestyle.
Yeah.
Come May, come New York,
come April when we're
looking.
Yeah.
Our life is going to change drastically in several departments. So I'm kind of being gentle with myself, and I'm like, really soak in and enjoy.
Maybe that's why the universe is just like, us two specifically, like, no reason to be on this crazy wave of work when like our life, like, that's gonna hit in April,
right?
For us,
like new podcast studio, you like possibly finding a new job or staying. I don't know what's gonna end up happening, but like new friends, new routines, new grocery store, new coffee shop. Like,
I know I went and worked at a coffee shop. This was yesterday, a couple days ago, just to get some work done so I can get out of the house. And I remember thinking, this is gonna be cool. Like, I'm gonna do this a lot more living in New York because it's a lot more walkable.
Right.
I'm hopefully gonna be keeping the job that I have now, to answer your question.
Yeah.
When we move, so I'll be working from home, and it's just like I got so excited for that new routine, and that like feeling gave me more motivation.
Right on.
To kind of get back into that routine. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Like,
no, and like now that I think that way, like that does make absolute sense, but I think the reason I'm not operating that way is because to me, like, motivation usually turns into like me wanting to spearhead a new project, but I'm like kind of reluctant to spearhead a new project, whatever that might be, because I'm moving.
Yeah.
So I'm not like starting these new things that need me to nurture it. I'm kind of just like fading out like the old things that I need to get done that I'm still like, technically contracted to.
Finishing touches on shit
before I just dip set.
Yeah. And then once we get there, we're going to be like, oh shit. And then we're going to hit the ground running.
100%. Especially with the podcast. Actually, after this, we're going to dinner with my manager to talk about like future podcast shit, especially when we hit New York. So wish us luck. But yes, that is pretty much our kind of update.
Holiday-ish update.
Yeah, since we've been gone. We have a few more updates that we'll get to in a sec. But before that, let's do Song of the Day. What are we wearing? That's our intro song.
Okay, so I found a new artist. Well, no, new to me. Sorry.
Yes.
They dropped this album in 2019. Let's have some respect, Alex. They are called Black Wave. It's a duo from Belgium, I believe.
So good.
A rapper and more of like a melodic singer-ish guy. I'm going to pick, the album is called Are We Still Dreaming? And the song I'm going to pick is called Elusive. I swear to you, I have had this album on repeat since I discovered it a couple days ago. It's so fucking good. They're so talented. Their beats and their lyrics and their just everything they fucking do with their songs, I'm in love.
They're really cool. And I'm surprised
that I haven't heard them before. Exactly,
because they're very much like that genre that you like. I'm surprised that's not even on like your release radar or something.
Right.
How did you discover them?
They were on
your release radar?
No, because it's an old album. I don't know. They were on just like a
radio.
Just some radio. I don't love Spotify's playlists, how they do their playlist.
Neither.
Every time I go to like song radio, it's all songs that I already have.
Yeah.
I want to hear new shit. Like, I want to hear songs that actually sound like the radio that I'm going to.
We have the technology and the algorithm to do so.
Do
like,
it.
Push
it's
me
just
the good
pushing
shit.
Fucking all the mainstream shit.
Yep. Last night we were playing cards and I played the pop sauce or whatever on. It was so bad. It was such a bad playlist, you guys.
It was like, so bad.
I get pop, like, you kind of, what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the mainstream shit, which I was in the mood for to like sing along with shit, but it was just all TikTok shit.
Oh,
and I was like, God damn, like everything I was like doing a dance in my head or like, relating it to like a trend rather than like the artist itself and like the song itself.
I saw,
I know what you're about to say.
Fletcher?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bug. Ew, I touched it.
Fletcher, she's a singer. She's really great. You should check her out.
Good.
I think she's on our playlist.
Sure.
She reposted something about how there are like you don't see, it's not about the artists anymore.
Yep.
It's about trending songs that are literally trending for like 1 to 2 days at a time.
Quick turnover.
Quick turnovers. It's not about like the artistry.
No.
And that's so sad.
Music's completely changed. And this isn't anything new. I feel like it's been changed. It's always changing. But the way it's changing is so...
It's so quick.
It's almost rewriting like the meaning of music, the vibrations, the tones, the like melody, the way the frequencies,
the intention behind making music. It's like now you make a song hoping it just goes viral to get that quick check.
Which I feel like if I were an artist, I don't know why I'm even open mouth because I'm the farthest thing from an artist. I damn near wouldn't even want my shit to go viral on TikTok because the songs that I love that go viral on TikTok, I don't want to listen to them.
Yep.
Hence the playlist that I just shat on. Like, that's where I'm at.
Oh, I have the hiccups. Fuck.
This is I guess, kind of mainstream, but you can't deny it's fucking amazing. My song of the day is "Oh My God" by Adele, and she also just dropped the new video, and it was so cool.
So good.
I can't wait to see more videos she does with this album. I think she did quite a bit, so I feel like there's just in the two that I've seen, the "Oh My God" and "Easy on Me." She played with like black and white and then went into color. I think actually, "Oh My God," she was in black and white the whole time, but she's really bringing in this black and white vibe. So I'm kind of interested to see like the rest of the videos. I want to look up the director and stuff. I meant to before, so I could kind of talk about it on here, but really good videos. Definitely go watch.
The camera work was stunning.
I literally said out loud, how did they do this?
Yeah.
Like as we're watching it. So good. Okay. And as for what I'm wearing, it might appear as a yellow shirt to you, but I've actually really excited to talk about this. One of our listeners, and she's also a patron. Patron. She subscribes to our Patreon. Her name is Meg. She sent us this shirt, and another hoodie, which I'll get to in a sec. And cute box too, like put together a little box. Oh, I wish I grabbed the box to read the quote in the front. I swear I'll get it for next time. And this like gorgeous brochure, like we love a businesswoman. And the clothing company, she started it. It's called Cuerdo. I said that shit so white. God damn. So she started this company for her sibling who has schizophrenia and OCD because her sibling says the sensation of tactile stimulation and rubbing something helps subside thoughts of self-harm. So this shirt I'm wearing right now is just a vintage tee. She thrifted everything she sent us, which I love. We were saying like that's such a good idea. Way to build your inventory is stuff that's already made. You're not creating all this shit that's just going to go back in the landfill with the rest of everything. This is the de-escalation tee. So I'm gonna literally stand on my knees right now. There's these little like patches of dots,
like sewn dots
on the side. So there's a patch kind of like on my hip where like the side of my bra strap is, and then patches on the bottom, and they go down the sides of the shirt, both sides. And why am I out of breath from standing up? These patches, so these ones are to rub when your arms are crossed, hugging yourself.
Yeah, I think in the letter, she had mentioned like in social situations when you put you cross your arms, it gives you kind of that sensation. It's kind of a distraction.
Like I'm right, like if I'm crossing my arms, I can kind of like do this and like rub them up and down, and they're like it's a texture, it's a full texture. And then the ones at the bottom of the tee are for when your arms are by your sides and it touches your hands or your wrist. And then she also sent us the top, which has 5 dots for the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique that a lot of people learn in therapy and several rehabilitation things. It's see, feel, hear, smell, and taste. So at least the way that I was taught this method is like whenever I feel like I'm going to have a panic attack. It's a way to kind of just ground yourself, hence the name. It's literally called grounding technique. And highlight those things so you're focusing on something in the moment rather than these hypotheticals that you're stirring up in your head. And then the other thing she sent was the hoodie, which have patches below the shoulder to guide you into a hug. And it has a big hood, so you're all cozy and you hug yourself. And I mean, there's so many benefits to hugs. So amazing. Go check her out. Again, her name is Meg. The name of the company is Cuerdo, and
so genius,
amazing. Love the story behind it. I think this company could go so far. I definitely believe in it. I think, like I said, it's just so amazing that everything's thrifted too. That's what I'm wearing, and my shroom socks.
Cute. I am wearing, oh, let me start with my socks. These are cow socks.
Oh my God, wait. Shrooms grow in cows' poop.
Oh,
That's cute.
we planned that.
Yep.
And then this is my friend Lee's cardigan.
Oh.
He's British and it's a very British cardigan.
No, yeah, he's so British. And like it. I feel like we have to say that detail because it just
also, what's it called? It's called
British.
No, it's called like
Brunswick garments.
Brunswick.
Of course.
Brunswick garments. He's one of those friends where like he has drip. And every time
unintentionally though.
Unintentionally.
He has
right.
no idea he has drip.
He like has pieces where you look at them and you're like, that's so sick.
Yeah.
And literally every time he would come over, I would look at Kristen and be like, that's mine. I have like 4 pieces of his that I just like took out of his wardrobe every time he came over.
Yep.
So he's actually back in England now. He was who we were gonna visit on our Europe trip.
Oh yeah.
But he's back in England and the cardigan stayed.
Yep.
So I'm wearing this and no pants. So
there's that. I feel like I kind of just did a class presentation. Like I have that like calm down anxiety right now. Like I feel like it's just a class presentation.
Quick breather. Okay.
Also, quick break before we get into everything for our sponsors.
This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and we've talked about it before. And you guys know one of my New Year's resolutions was to start therapy, and I haven't started yet, but I promise by the next time we have another BetterHelp sponsor, I will have started therapy.
Love to hear it.
It's scary and daunting, but it's necessary. And like this platform has really pushed me to realize how important it is.
Yep.
And BetterHelp makes it so easy to start therapy. I made my account. There you go.
That's a step, dude.
I made my account.
No, like kudos. That is a big step. That's, you want to start it.
Yes.
Everybody just
Baby steps.
at least make the account. Just get there. But the good thing about BetterHelp is it is all online. So it's in the comfort of your own home. Mm-hmm. I feel like that was kind of a big anxiety for me, was like, I don't want to go into an office.
Right.
I don't, the eye contact, like I don't want to do the eye contact thing. So it's nice to do things online because I sit on my bed. I sit on my bed in the comfort of my home and all the things.
And it's cool because you can message them whenever, wherever, and they'll get back to you in a timely manner. So it's not like Wednesdays at 7,
Yep. Because
everyone needs something at all hours of the day.
Exactly. I really love that. And if you aren't liking the specialist that you are paired with, they also can just give you a new one. There's no
quick, easy, free to change.
Yep. No big in between where you just don't have a therapist at all for a period of time because you chose to switch. And you can really find somebody who's right for you. BetterHelp is also offered worldwide and a lot more affordable than in-office therapy. And they also offer financial aid, which is amazing.
So if you guys want to check it out and join on this journey, visit betterhelp.com/Oddvice. That's better, HELP, and join over 2 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional.
Again, this is a special offer for Oddvice listeners. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Oddvice.
Thanks, BetterHelp.
This podcast is also sponsored by Athena Club. And feel my legs, Alex. This is rare,
Usually
y'all.
This is a scary demand.
And it's not. I shaved my legs.
It's nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I feel like without context, you feeling my leg made no sense. If you guys don't know, Athena Club is a razor company which has some of the best razors, and they're also really, really cute. Each of the blades are surrounded by this serum that has hyaluronic acid, and this is probably one of the biggest skincare ingredients that I preach all over your body, head to toe, because a hyaluronic acid molecule can hold up to 1,000 times its weight in water. And it has that in it, so when you're shaving, the water in your leg is like getting, like it stays in your leg, and that's how it retains moisture.
You just turned into a scientist.
I know. I did my little voice according to my calculations.
No, that was good. And yeah, I love it. It's, in my terms, it just makes your legs fucking smooth as hell.
Okay, that's what I meant to say.
The best part is the whole shave kit is only $9, and it comes with 2 heads and like a little magnetic thing for your shower, and you get to choose your handle color. I have white. What do you have?
Blue.
Cute.
Which is interesting because I'm not usually a blue girl.
No,
I like a
like
nice blue.
It's like such a cute brand that I was like, let's be like minimalist, and I got white.
Of course.
Yeah.
Also, you don't have to worry about running out of your razor heads because you have it on auto ship and it just comes to your doorstep for free.
Sometimes like I would let that shit get
like damn near rusty because you don't want to go to the store, but these get shipped to your doorstep, so you're
just avoid that. Now you're a clean human.
No more tetanus.
On top of it, I feel like sometimes you get in the habit of dry shaving, but their shave cream is so smooth and silky. And it's like a big foam thing, and you put it all over your legs. It's really nice.
Hold on, did anybody ever wash their desk in school with shaving foam?
No. Does that
Chris
work?
nodded his head. Yeah, it was like a thing you did in class. Shaving foam.
Okay,
it was like on the last day of school. Not the point. If you guys want to check out Athena Club, we have a special offer for you. Show your skin you care with Athena Club Razor Kit. Sign up today and you'll get 20% off your first order. Just go to athenaclub.com and use promo code Oddvice. That's ATHENACLUB.com with promo code Oddvice for 20% off.
Thanks, Athena Club. As you can tell by the title of this episode, we're just gonna talk to you guys.
What's the title?
I don't know.
Maybe you can't tell, but now you know. This is Mike's Super Short Show. Anybody remember that?
Someone referenced that.
I hope so.
I think it was like a waiter or something over the holidays, and I was like, ooh,
kind of hot. Because when I do that, sometimes people are like, like they don't get.
No, when you reference like old nostalgic, that gets me in the heart.
Of course, I mean,
should we talk a little bit about nostalgia? We talked about it on our last Patreon episode.
Like an episode, or like you want to talk about it right now?
I mean, we could whatever.
Should we give them a sneak peek of an episode we haven't recorded?
Basically, in short, I kind of was telling you how I have this weird. I might have really just flashed the camera. How I have this crazy like yearn for nostalgic moments, and when it like fucks with my expectations of the present and like future shit. Like, I love how do I put this? If I have this really great memory of like, say we went to the park and we used to have barbecues all the time in our hometown, I hold on to those nostalgic moments so much that any future thing that we do remotely like that, if it doesn't live up to that, God, I have this crazy like internal anxiety, disappointment in myself for like almost not delivering and not living up to those moments ever again.
Holy shit, Alex.
I know. It's fucking sad.
That's heavy. To give it some context, we were talking about it in our Patreon episode. How? Because somebody was saying how they have it because they almost feel like they're still like latched onto their childhood, right? Wasn't that kind of, if I'm remembering correctly, it was kind of more to that sense? Because I mean, look at our set, you guys. Like, clearly nostalgia is something every human loves. It's very natural, but the context that they were talking about it was more childhood things, because then my point of it was like I didn't relate to that at all. Like I love nostalgia on like a cultural level and like, you know, all these things I'm pointing to behind us, but as far as like memories of like kid stuff, like I don't have that.
I have this weird pressure to recreate those, and like almost because I love that feeling so much of remembering like those nostalgic moments, I almost feel like every experience that I have from here on out, if that doesn't like clock in my head as, okay, if I look back on this moment and I don't get that feeling, it's not a good memory.
That's a lot. That's a lot of pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
That's really interesting though. I even had this reaction like when we talked about it on Patreon. I'd like to dive into that with like a psychologist. Maybe
that'll be my first little thing with therapy.
I feel like you should start somewhere else. They're going to be like, why are you talking to me?
About this?
No, I mean, that actually is a very valid thing to talk about in therapy, but I think maybe it'll come up when you start like assuming you'll start childhood.
I don't know.
Every therapist is different. Every therapist is different though. Yeah. They'll probably just ask like what your goals are. What do you deal with day to day that's like debilitating the most? And then you start there. Because like they won't, at the bottom line, you want to be able to operate every day. And if there's something not allowing that, you start there.
Cool. I never knew that.
Yeah.
I always like envisioned my first therapy session, and I never got as far as like what we'd actually talk about. I just like always pictured me sitting there.
And you're just like, hi. They're like, literally what? Like,
No, literally. I've thought about like almost like first date nervous, like, oh my God, what if I don't know what to say?
fair. I get that, but like
what if there's nothing to talk about?
you're
That's literally how
just
I
hang
go.
Just like press end call.
Okay,
Sorry, my
bye.
internet's really bad. You're fully in control.
Mm-hmm.
You're in control of the whole thing. If you want to stop talking about something, they will stop. Sure, there might be one little push being like,
Hold on,
come
let's
on,
stay here.
let's stay here, sit with it. But like for the most part, if you're like, they're gonna stop. And I'll tell you, I've never had that. Like, I feel like we fear those moments of like, I'm gonna get so, I'll speak for myself. Like, before I started therapy, I was like, I'm scared that I'm gonna get so overwhelmed that I'm gonna like literally hang up or like slam the MacBook shut or like freak out.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten like a lot of panic, but I've never got to that point. Because I think when you're in it, you're gonna like realize how weirdly good the pain feels.
Yeah.
And you're gonna want to sit into it because you're gonna know it's working.
Yeah.
It's like when a face mask burns. Like you're like,
Yes.
keep it on because you know it's just like killing all the bacteria. I think you'll feel
I
that
like
with
that.
therapy.
Oh, I'm excited. One day.
No, I think you're getting a lot closer. I could tell.
Oh yeah.
I could
No.
tell even by like your reaction when I talk about it, like the like look in your eyes, like you're not like not looking at me.
Yeah.
You're not
No.
closing your eyes.
It used to make me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, it's valid. It's a weird thing. It's hard to do. I'm excited to get back into it. I haven't been to therapy since like well before the holiday, and I feel like I have a lot of things to talk about. One being one that I'm comfortable telling you guys because I feel like you guys know a lot is I cut things off with Tanner, like completely. Not like don't talk to me, like none of that. I've never been a believer in that unless you really need it. That's different. But there was no reason to be like cut off,
Cold
get out of my
turkey.
life. Like
Yeah.
nothing happened. It really just became feelings that I'm now realizing I had the whole time, but come to surface. And I almost took my rose-colored glasses off. That's kind of how I've been analyzing it, at least just in the past like few weeks. I don't even think it's been 2 weeks. I made it sound like so much longer. Without giving like too much personal detail, I think it sounds so corny, but almost like right person, wrong time.
Yeah.
And I never knew if I believed in that or not because I know a lot of people that shut that down and are like, then it's the wrong person. I don't know if I believe that.
No, because you know the feeling that you get when you're with him.
Yeah. And
like,
that's not what's wrong.
No, only you can understand the gravity of that.
Yeah. Thank you. Because, like, even writing that down on my notes right here to say in this episode, like, I'm already waiting for people to be like, no, that means he's the wrong person.
I think
just not right now.
Right.
I don't know.
I think every theory on love, I don't like to discredit them because, like, my mom has always believed in love at first sight because she walked into a classroom literally and never seen my dad before, pointed to him and turned to her friend and said, I'm going to marry that guy.
Wasn't like his head down,
He was
hood on.
Back of the class, he had a hood on and he was arms crossed and he was asleep.
Okay, and if you guys know her dad, which you don't at all, literally none of you guys know her dad, that is him to a T.
Right.
Like sleeping, sitting up.
Yep.
Like this tracks completely.
Yes. And the fact that, like, who am I to say that love at first sight isn't real and like hear that story
And like they're
and
still just fucking
discredit
together. Yeah. You're right.
Like any theory on love, if you say, I mean, like what you were just talking about, right person, wrong time, or I mean, we can get into like hookup culture and everything, but like it's all so valid because every experience is different and you can never discredit someone else's feelings towards someone else.
You're right. Yeah. So fuck you. Exactly.
So yes, but like even as an outsider and seeing you and Tanner,
You almost slipped.
I
You almost said his
slipped
name.
up. I almost slipped up. Yeah, it's you. You guys are special. I know, and it's hard. You said the other day you guys talked on the phone for a little bit, and it's really hard. I could see that.
Yeah. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be. This is like,
you guys went through a breakup.
I was thinking about that the other day. Like,
you guys went through a breakup.
Because I was kind of like, girl, like, chill, you're fine. But I'm like, I think I'm going through a breakup. It was somebody I spoke to every day. Every moment we needed each other, we were calling each other. It was like,
you had a big switch up in your daily
routine.
life.
Yeah, completely.
Which is arguably like one of the biggest changes that you go through after a breakup is simply your daily routine.
Yes. Who you call during those little moments, or that extra thought, like, oh, this person would like this, or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it was interesting though to think of it that way, because like, he doesn't even live here. Not that takes away the validity of it, but like, it's just so interesting to think about, because like, my last breakup was like someone I was
moved
with
out
and like moved out. Like, it's so different, but it still affects the heart in a similar way.
Yeah.
I mean, no, there's actually no comparing these breakups at all, but like, you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I think I got to a point when I took the love goggles off of just like, this isn't me putting him down either, but like, I was giving him so much for his path that he's on right now. It sounds so vague. I really don't want to give too much personal stuff, but like, he's pretty much going through like a whole career change right now. And it's a lot to take on. A career change is hard for anybody, and it's a lot of steps, but not knowing what step to take first. And that's my shit. I love career advice. I love helping people with that, but it got to a point where I think I was doing too much, and it was almost triggering my codependency, because my daily thing was like, is he doing what he needs to be doing? And I'm like, I don't like that. Like, I almost feel like fucking
it turned into work, right?
Yeah. And like, but then on the contrary, it's like, but I really fucking care about him, and I really want to help him like get to his next goal.
I think you wanted to see him care about it as much as you did.
Yeah.
And something just wasn't connecting. Yeah. And it made you like kind of zoom out and look at it for what it was. And it turned into something that just wasn't you helping a friend anymore.
Yep. Yeah. And I think he saw it too.
Yeah.
Because like, in our talk and everything, like, he was very like, you're right. Like, he understood. And it's not that he's not capable of giving that to me back. He's a very emotionally sound person, as you guys know. But then I was also thinking, I kind of don't even think he understands my job and my day to day. So again, when I took off those love goggles, like, our connection's not the problem. Our love's not the problem. All that is not the problem, when in the past that was the problem for me. So it's very weird to go through a breakup, but the problem be something almost so shallow.
And it's almost just like, I wouldn't say shallow, it's more just like,
it's like more logical almost,
and
less emotional.
I was gonna say like almost surface level, but
That's
that sounds bad, but it's like,
but
it's not.
You get what I mean.
It's like almost just like real life
versus like
deeper
soul emotion, like that. Exactly.
It's your guys' lifestyles just don't align right now.
Perfect. That's exactly it. It's lifestyles. It's everything. And at first I kind of wrote that off, because I was like, it doesn't matter. We don't live together anyway. It's not like we have kids. Like, that stuff doesn't need to line up. But like, it does.
When it starts to seep into the connection and like you're, like you said, bringing out your codependency, that's when it's like, hold on. Yeah. It's taking a bigger toll than I thought it would.
Yeah. There's so much context you guys don't know, but there's just a few things that I really feel like triggered my codependency in him. And I told him that. He knows all this too. He knows literally every struggle I have. And I was just like, I gotta like figure myself out and how to deal with this before I like dive back into you.
I think he's on a very specific journey right now too that he needs to do independently. Yeah,
absolutely. So there's my Tanner update. That's about that. I'm fine. Like, I'm not like a,
because we know he's good. Like,
it's not like
you didn't lose him.
Exactly. And I even said that like when we had our big talk, and like I saw his shoulders relax when I said that too. Like it's not like
he will be our best friend forever.
Be my life forever, even if I, like we talk about all the time, like even if we do end up with other people. But yeah, with that I was also thinking like we're moving.
Right.
Like
that's hard. I relate to that one.
Yeah. So
that's a hard one.
Not that he lives here anyway, but like I know you feel this too. I really foresee this just like new mentality when we move, and it'll be nice to not have
ties
period.
Yeah,
just not have ties. Not that I'm out here trying to like hoe around, like y'all know I'm not gonna do that, but just be nice. There's just that little like thing in the back of your head.
It's just like this sense of freedom where we know our lives are going to change so much, and having things still in this life here in LA and in the Bay, it's almost like keeping us here. And I don't want that when I move to New York.
Yep.
You know,
it's an energetic tie.
Yeah.
Like quite literally. And it does keep
pulls
you somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want to go to New York with the freshest mind.
Yeah. Are we running away from our problems?
I've thought about that a lot. Yeah.
I don't think we are. I don't think we have those type of problems where like we're almost like hyper aware of our problems, where it's like, hey, that might not be a problem, chill, you don't need to dwell on it.
Right.
I think we're good, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think we're running from our issues. I think we're just, I don't know,
grabs our emotional support water bottles at the same time, like I need to take a sip. All right, let's change the subject.
Last night we got a little bit into talking about like how we perceive people, and we were talking about how like when we see someone for the first time, our brains naturally kind of like put them in boxes, and we kind of started asking ourselves like, how do people see us? Like what box do people see us in? I saw a TikTok of, there are two types of girls. There's like bra girls, and then there are hi girls, people who say hi with like a smirk heart face.
Oh my god.
And the guy was like, hi girls wear gold jewelry, they go to Aritzia. I know. But bra girls wear J's and like silver jewelry. Yeah. So, and everyone in the comments was like, no, fuck you, like I'm both.
Yeah.
And I actually like was thinking about this a lot before our conversation the other night, how I like to say that like people could be all of it if they wanted to.
Absolutely.
We kind of touched on this a little bit when we were talking about like whether or not we like to go out and drink or like stay in more. Why can't we be both?
Like when we absolutely are both.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to think about how we perceive other people and how we like put them in boxes. But then the second we start like to learn about them, they break these boundaries of these boxes. And sorry, were you gonna say something?
No, I mean finish your thought, but I mean I was gonna say something, but finish your thought.
No, yeah, go ahead.
These boxes, I just wanted to say like, they don't have a lock.
No.
And these boxes to me are just what the brain does naturally.
Right.
So like even when I brought this up to Alex, I was like, because I was like freaking out about like a first impression I had on somebody, and I was like what box am I in? Because to me they're like this box, and she was like, she said the thing like, well, people can break out of it, people can be anything, and I was like, holy shit, that's not what I meant. Like now I sound like a bitch. What I mean is just those natural boxes that your brain does. Like people are like, I don't judge people. Yes, you do. The human brain judges every situation you lay your eyes on. It goes, it's the like image goes back to your brain. It's how you operate. It's primal. Judging happens. You judge. And that's what I mean. It's those boxes where it's like the stereotypes come in, and, you know, certain cues, whether it's a visual or a vibe or whatever that you get from people, keep you safe. I mean, those are the things when you're walking past someone who gives you creepy, slimy vibes at a bar. You don't put your drink down next to them. Don't put your drink down at all. But like, you get what I'm trying to say. It's those boxes I'm talking about. So when I brought this up to Alex, I was like, what box am I?
Yeah.
Or what boxes, plural, because there could be multiple too. So I just wanted to put that out there because it sounds so like judgy, but like you get what I'm trying to say.
No, totally. But then I wrote down in our notes, I like to call it like a mirror technique, where you like just flip it, and how we just said we have these like very loose boxes that we put people in, but then as soon as we get to know them, they're so much more than that. That's exactly what people think when they look at us. Like, sure, you probably look at me and I probably look like an Aritzia bitch right now. But like, if you knew me and just like even just 2 habits of mine, you're not that anymore.
Yeah. What box am I? That's what I want to know. That's like what I always think
I
about.
also think different people have would say different things about you.
Right, because like using the Aritzia girl example, the Aritzia girl to Joe Schmo might be one thing, but Billy Bob's ex is crazy and she was an Aritzia girl, so when he sees Aritzia girls, he's like, ugh.
Yep.
Whereas Joe Schmo is like, oh, it reminds me of like my mom or like my aunt.
Yeah.
And it's like a good thing. Wow. What the fuck, you guys? We just opened a can of worms.
Did we?
I feel like this could be like an episode. I don't even know where it'd go, but I feel like there's so much more to unpack here.
Yeah, I also sometimes I hate prefacing shit like this, but I want to give my source.
You saw a TikTok?
I fucking saw a TikTok of this guy, and he goes, of all the things in the universe that someone could be thinking about right now, do you really think they're thinking about you negatively? Mm-hmm. And it's like, whoa.
That guy has really pretty eyes.
Oh my God, yeah.
I know exactly what you're
talking about. I think about this a lot when I get anxiety, because I get really bad anxiety.
She does.
And I literally wake up the next morning and my first question to Kristen every time is, did I do something stupid?
Yeah.
Who did I fucking call or text? I've gotten better.
So much better.
I've gotten better.
I would never label you as like the phone girl when she's drunk. It was a few times you did it. Like, you're not that girl. You're not that box. You're so much more.
Right.
Oh my God. This is
no, and
blowing my mind.
I have to tell myself, first of all, I've been around so many drunk people in my life, and never once the next day have I thought, wow, that person's a bad person. And I constantly, like, it sounds so fucking obvious, but I constantly have to tell myself that when I have anxiety. Alex, literally no one gives a shit about you. They are not caring what you did last night.
They were fucked up too.
They were probably just as fucked up.
Yeah.
And no one gives a shit that you drunk texted someone.
Oh God. Anxiety does suck. And I feel like with the drunk text, I feel like if you just say you were drunk,
right?
like, but then what if that person's like, they're just saying that to not look stupid, and it's like, no, I was fucking hammered, don't flatter yourself.
Yeah, you know? I mean, or just leave it. I just leave it.
Wait, we went and watched or tried to watch the Warriors game the other night. The bar like couldn't turn it on.
Oh.
And also I made a TikTok getting ready for that. I think I showed you, like, just my outfit to wear to like the Warriors game.
Yeah.
We didn't go to the fucking game. Who do I think I am? You get what I'm trying to say. And so there was a few comments, people being like, oh my God, are you going with a boy? Like, who are you going with? Holy shit. I'm like, don't get it twisted. I'm not going with a boy. I'm going with Alex and Leanna. But yeah, so we were there and we're just talking about drunk people. This is why I remembered this. There was this funny. this guy.
He was like, what he did to come up to talk to us was really smooth.
Loved it.
He was very charismatic.
Yes.
He had charisma.
He's cool. And honestly, like, I would give him another chance if I saw him in public again. I don't think I'd like go schedule it.
Right.
But like, if I saw you, I wouldn't run and be like, guys, we gotta go. Cause like, that's also an alternative. Anyway. Right. We were sitting and the Niner game was still on. So Warriors, Raiders, nobody had played yet. And I had my Bay Area hoodie sitting next to me. And like the Niners, it was like overtime, crazy game, whatever. And
everyone's cheering.
And this guy walks up and he looks at me and he's like, for a Bay Area hoodie sitting next to you, you don't look excited about your home team right now. And I like like swivel my chest to him because the shirt I was wearing was the Raiders logo, but then it said Warriors. Like it's just like a Bay Area pride shirt minus the Niners. And I was like, oh no, I'm honestly not here. Like it was the end of the game. We got there early for the next game. And he's like, can I sit? Like I'm Bobby, like introduced to all of us, sits down next to me, and then Alex and Leanne are sitting across from me and like sat with us for a little bit. His other friend came over, Abdul. He was so sweet. They were so nice. And like Bobby was definitely like a little drunk. Like I could tell they'd been day drinking all day. Like it was Sunday, so he probably
Abdul
was
like, not.
No,
he like said multiple times like he hated the bar we were at. Yes. He did not want to be there.
Yeah.
But he had said when Bobby went and got a drink, he like looked over at me and he was like, he contemplated for a long time about how to come over and start talking to you.
Oh,
I was like, oh, that's so fucking
that's
cute.
So cute.
That was so cute.
It was a really cute way of doing it. But so the part where she's saying that he said that is when Bobby looked at me and was like, do you need a drink? And I wasn't drinking at all. Ow, I wasn't drinking at all. Like I'm on antibiotics.
He like got in your face.
Oh no, he put his forehead on mine. It was like pushing his forehead against me. Like, but like very much my language. Like yes. the way he was super goofy with it and like not like weird. I was it was cool. It was like I entertained it.
He like picked you up and was hold it like fully holding your hand.
Yeah, like full like Disneyland couple like holding my fucking hand, and then we walked over to the bar, and as we were walking over, he like put his arm around me and like looked down at me and was like, the second that you walked in, I literally was just like, I have to talk to her. Like, you are so beautiful, and like not in a creeper way. It was quite smooth. Usually, when you compliment my looks as the first thing, like compliment my outfit, you know, like something else. When it's my like beautiful or sexy or that, I'm always like, ugh, and I like, kind of like throw it off. Like, but like no, it was tasteful,
and you could tell. Like I could even see it. What he meant was your energy. Yeah. Like he was probably very attracted to just like your presence.
Yeah.
Which I could relate to.
That's so nice.
Not you, but that's happened to me before.
Thanks. Fuck me. I get what you're trying to say. But yeah, so the night went on and we went to the bar next door and we started playing pool. All of us, the whole group still. And homie got more drunk.
And he wasn't playing pool right.
He doesn't know how to play pool.
No, he doesn't know how to play pool.
I don't understand.
And he was getting a little, I don't want to say aggressive.
Me either, because that's like really scary, but like aggressive with
his words.
Aggressive.
He was getting like mad.
Mad competitive.
Mad competitive.
Not mad competitive, like mad, like on like not like slang mad, like angry
competitive.
And he was totally playing the game wrong. So in pool, if you don't know, you break the first ball to go in the pocket. If it's a solid, your team is solids. If it's a stripe, your team is stripes, meaning the rest of the game, your objective is to get your stripe or your solid, whatever that may be, into there. You don't shoot the opposite ball. Duh. Right, guys? No.
He was like, I play all the time.
He was like, I got a solid in, so
I'm stripes.
And I have to keep my balls on the table. And just wouldn't let it go. Like, I feel like it's not coming across through the screen, through the podcast of like how intense this was. But like, we were like,
to the point where like we couldn't keep, I mean, we did keep playing, but like we had to stop after every turn. First of all, because this is how I knew it was all bullshit, because he had hit hella solids in and then he switched to stripes. Yeah. So he just didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
I think he was just hammered.
He
totally was.
But getting mad about it. And we were like, yo, okay. And like finally we fucking threw our hands in the air and we were like, whatever, just hit whatever. And then we just started fucking.
We were literally just like hitting balls at that point. And then like every time it was like someone else's turn, he would just stand up and be like, all right, here we go. And do like round the back type shit. And that's when I just, the ick. Immediately. And I didn't like that because I was like, damn, like he was cool. And like I said, like he's still like there's still something there, whatever. But I also like being sober in that moment, being around somebody like that fucked up. And then me just personally, like that stuff kind of just like makes me uncomfortable. Drunk people when I'm sober makes me really like triggered, uncomfortable. So I didn't feel good about that either. But then I don't even know why I brought this up. There was a reason I brought this up. What were we talking about this before this?
Anxiety.
Oh, maybe like the box thing. No,
Yeah.
maybe it was the anxiety thing. When we were leaving, he like looks at me and like it felt like a fucking movie. Like I'm gonna try and verbalize this too for audio listeners. Looks at me. So he looks at me and he creates like the phone with his thumb and his pinky and like looks me up and down and is like, I'll call you. And then does the finger guns.
But not in an ironic way.
Not in like a ka-chow. Like he tried to be sexy. Like he like bit his lip a little bit. And like it was like perfectly, he exited around a corner too. So like he like into the abyss, did the finger guns, double finger guns, and like tried to wink and then like disappeared. And that was it. I think the reason I brought this up is when he said anxiety. I'm like, next day, did he think about this?
Right. But I was going to say, after all of that, even after the extra ick factor and the fucking finger guns, the next morning, we weren't like, oh, that person was fucking crazy. Right. Like, we literally sat there and like, he texted you and you like, we're going to text him back.
Yeah.
And
I still haven't. But like, I will. But yeah,
but you don't have this crazy idea of this guy that he's a bad person and you're not constantly thinking about what he did.
Yes,
that's it.
If anything, like funny story,
right?
Like, and if we talk again, like we'll laugh about it. Like drunk stuff like that is just like funny,
right?
I don't know why I brought that up, but I figured that was an update.
No, that was a perfect little segue.
So screaming lessons 101, if you like actually need to make a loud noise, like you're like someone's attacking you, scream. I'm not going to do it because it's going to hurt your ears, but like yell from your diaphragm, squeeze your abs when you yell.
I need to practice this.
Oh yeah. I learned this in cheer. Like our coach would literally have us put our hands on our stomach and like one would be like CPHS. Like it would, your stomach would have to move when you say it. Because then if it's your throat, you're like CPHS, and like
I scream like, from my throat.
No,
that's why like, I lose my voice so easily.
And I don't. I think I even talk from my diaphragm sometimes.
No, you do. I want to try. How do you do that? Like that?
No, it doesn't have to go deeper. I was just being dramatic. It's like squeeze your abs when you.
You know what's crazy?
I don't know how to explain
it. When we first. I moved to a new house and my neighbor, we like were kids getting to know each other. Where is this going? He didn't know how to scream.
Like at all?
No.
Was he
and
scared?
Like that was like a no, that was like his like party trick. Like it was his quirk. We were like all getting to know each other. I literally will never forget like this visual. We were out like in the middle of the street, just like kids getting to know each other. And he was like, oh yeah, I can't scream. And he like tried to scream and it like nothing came out.
Like it was like
like his voice couldn't do it.
Maybe his vocal cords like couldn't go that high.
Yeah, I don't know what
I wonder now that he's post puberty. I'm assuming. I don't know. We are in our 20s. That if he could do it now, like maybe it was just like a prepubescent thing.
I wish I knew who he was.
You could probably find out.
I have no idea
White Pages, what his name is. Your old address. Go to one right next door. Looking at the living history of that address. Find his parents. Go on Facebook, look at the kid. 10 minutes. I
don't even know if we would remember because it was when we moved in with some friends while our house was being built. Oh. So it wasn't even. I wish if you can't scream, let me know if you used to live. Maybe it's you.
This is the second time we tried to find somebody, and the other one was your Cancun trip. The drummer on the back and the left side. Was that a Patreon episode? My eyes twitching.
No. That was a Monday episode. Oh. But one of our patrons, she did some serious internet sleuthing and went through videos on YouTube trying to find the like same people to see if like someone like left comments or tagged anyone, right? And I didn't see him again, so like maybe he was new.
We just need to go back to Cancun.
Done and done.
Dude, look at my eye.
It's nothing's happening.
Oh, it's crazy to me. It's making my vision all weird. A few more things that we forgot to say in the beginning. Watch Girls.
Oh yeah,
watch the show.
You
Girls.
Gotta catch up.
I know. So I started it, told Alex to watch it, and then
I just surpassed me
completely. She's on a whole other season. But it's a really, really good show. It's like relatively older too, and people told me forever to watch Girls. And I finally did when I had
yeah.
COVID and I was just like doing nothing, and it's so good.
It's so good. Also, I joined a book club thing. It's called Book of the Month. It's a subscription based. They send you a new book every month, once a month.
Not sponsored.
No, not sponsored. It's really cool. I got my first book and I started reading it. Also, I just finished a different book, and it's called Verity by Colleen Hoover. It's like a thriller romance novel.
Oh, this one. Gotcha.
Really fucking good. You should read it.
I should.
You should read
The
it.
other day, Alex was reading. I was hecka bored. I was like, literally came in her room like her kid and was just like, "Are you done reading?" She's like,
"Do you want to play with me?" But you won't be able to put it down. I finished it in a day.
Okay.
In one day.
If you're hyping it up.
Oh, I love it. But I will say, Colleen Hoover, love her to death. She writes really intriguing novels where you get really like into the story.
Is there like twists that you don't know are coming? Because if it's predictable, I'm closing the book.
No, I wouldn't say this one's predictable.
Okay.
But she is one of those authors I've noticed a couple times. Her characters have like super, when you used to write stories in like middle school and your characters' names would be like super trendy, like
Felicity.
Yes.
Yeah.
She writes characters like that, and it almost takes away like the reality that I want to give this story.
Relatability.
Yes. Like the main character of this one, her name's Lowen.
Okay.
And then like
kind of cute though.
And then but like there's another character named Verity, and then her kids' names are Crew, like damn near Halsey or something.
Literally.
And then what was the last kid's name? Chasen. I don't know.
I actually just
like,
matched with a guy on Reddit named Chasen.
Cute.
Maybe it's him. He's 2D.
Hi, I'm from this young adult.
I'm from a book.
No, but it's like, where are the fucking Anthonys and Sarahs of the literary world? Like, I want some like real life people names.
Anthony and Sarah, like you're really yearning for those names,
right? Like, I want to give this, like, I want this to be like the family next door. Like, oh shit, this could happen. Yeah. You know?
When you said like when you were a kid, you wrote stories, like that's just what authors are. They're just grown-up kids that used to write stories that get paid for it now. And all actors are theater kids.
Right. And not to take away from like the like obvious skill that Colleen Hoover has, but just does anyone else think
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think there's never been a time on this podcast where we've said, does anybody else think this? And people are like, what are you guys talking? Like, there's somebody, even if there's just one more person. All right, we'll leave you guys there. We need to go change our clothes and go to dinner and talk more about Oddvice. So we love you so much. We're back.
Yeah. Hi, welcome back.
Oh my God. For Friday's episode,
have a good week.
What should they?
Oh,
let's talk.
Join our Patreon.
You're right. We should say that. If you don't know, we have follow-up episodes every Friday on our Patreon. It's Patreon exclusive. We also do live streams. Or not live streams, live Zoom calls every Friday with our Hella tier, which is our top tier. We're just on there kind of all the time. Yeah. Oh, and our Discord. We have a Discord channel, a few channels where there's one called Munchies where we like send in food things. Someone just started one and it was
Euphoria one.
So discussing, and so there's spoilers if you enter that one, just know, discussing each episode as it rolls out each week. I'm surprised we didn't talk about Euphoria either.
Yeah.
I like it. It was so good. I think it's going to be so good. Maybe next episode we'll talk about Euphoria a little bit more.
Because Euphoria's drop on the same days that this episode drops. Oh my God, we're Euphoria.
Oh my God, we're Euphoria. Oh, never mind. Yes, that's our Patreon. But so if you want to send in things for Friday's episode, let's talk more. Do you guys relate to like that mirroring theory that Alex is talking about? I know we said other questions, but I'm trying to like just wrap it together.
Nostalgia shit. We could talk a little bit more about that on Patreon.
Right person, wrong time. I feel like that's a topic.
Some love theories.
We could definitely talk about
some good character names for novellas.
Yes. Just catch us up. Yeah. How was your break? Let's just talk. We miss you guys. I'm just excited to be back. Have a great week. And make sure you check out BetterHelp and Athena Club with our codes and whatnot. But other than that, have a good week. And we'll see you guys on Friday.
Yay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.